These things are incredible. But something I think maybe MKBHD once said was, when companies compete, consumers always win. You see, when SmallRig started dropping random things in the camera world, they used to just make camera cages and that was it. And now recently, over the last 2 years, they've been making lights, they've been making batteries, they've been making all kinds of things filmmaking wise. And they make some really cool, inexpensive stuff. At least you thought it was inexpensive, because now that they've been established, now especially with these batteries are kind of pricey, kind of. You see, so this battery right here is the base model, I guess, VB99. It's not the Pro, which the main difference in the Pro, I don't know if anybody actually knows, but the SmallRig V99 Pro has a power delivery and power input of 100 watt on the USB-C port at the top. This one, 65 watt in and out. So most people are just fine with, yeah, the base thing. This battery is $149. But something K&F started doing recently is creating essentially the same product. So you have on top, you have two USB-C ports, a USB-A port, and that AC, and the AC power up at the top, along with the D-tap on the side. So the cool thing with this battery is it's so much cheaper than the SmallRig batteries. So much so that this battery right here, the K&F Concept version, compares to the SmallRig V99 Pro, which is $249, and this one comes in at like 120 bucks with a $20 off coupon on Amazon right now. It's incredibly inexpensive for what it does. And I've been using it over the last 3 weeks or so, and it does everything I've ever wanted out of a battery, because, yeah, here we are. So let's get into the unboxing. You see, why I have one that's unboxed and one that is brand new is I had a little mishap with one of my SmallRig batteries a couple weeks ago. It wasn't really a mishap. I more just left it in the rain while it filmed, and it got a little wet and the USB port stopped working, and now it doesn't charge on the USB port. So I went on Amazon and I was like, man, I need to find another battery. So I bought this K&F battery with my own money, purchased it, and got it in and was like, wait a second. This thing is incredible. It's cheap, it's light, it works. It's only like $110 right now. And so I was like, man, I love this thing. So at the same time, I was talking to K&F about some lens filters and other different things that we could do for the YouTube channel. And I was like, hey, can you send me a battery? I want to make a video on the battery. And so they sent me this one. So now we have two. But this value just keeps getting better and better and better. So you see, when you unbox it, you get this that nobody ever reads. But the cool thing is, in here, you get the battery, right? But look right here beside it. What you also receive in this package is a 240 watt USB-C to USB-C cable. These things are kind of cool because honestly, if you just go to Amazon right now and search for a 240 watt USB-C cable, they're like 15 to 20 bucks. So this is super nice. And the reason they include a 240 watt USB cable is because this battery right here, it supports 100 watt input and output out of the USB port at the top. 100 watt in means that you can charge this battery from 0 to 100 in less than 2 hours. 100 watt out means that you can charge something like this MacBook Pro right here, full power delivery with this cable, just going straight from the battery to the MacBook Pro, charging it at its full maximum speed. Well, I guess 100 watts, not quite full. You can technically do 140 on the laptop. But charging a device at 100 watt from this battery is just bananas. And being able to recharge this battery at 100 watt and then charge up the entire thing within 2 hours, also bananas. So you can see on the top here, there are two USB-C ports. One is that 100 watt in, 100 watt out USB-C port. The other one is a 65 watt in, 65 watt out USB-C port. And then you have your DC 12 volt barrel connection. And then you've got your USB-A, which I believe is rated at 24 watt power delivery. And along with your standard V-mount V-locking system with your D-tap port on the side. All right, my camera rig is currently just all kinds of out of commission, so just bear with me here for a second. Something I've loved about this is I power my whole camera rig from a D-tap port, right? And on the K&F Concept thing, these D-tap ports, you never really know which direction they're gonna be. Obviously, they're not bi-directional, but this one, when you plug it in, this D-tap port goes down the side of the battery. Very nice for cable management, very nice for not bumping any cables. This cable comes out and it goes down the side of the battery because it's plugged in with the flat side on the back side of the battery. Unlike my SmallRig batteries. My SmallRig batteries, for some reason, they're backwards or up. So when you plug in any of your rigging stuff, you get this cable that sticks up because the stinking D-tap goes up. I don't understand why it goes this way. Sure, some of these are reversible, some of these are not, but like basically pretty much the way I want to plug it in to where this cable can go down. And this is just the cable that I use to plug in my Shinobi 2 monitor. It's just a standard D-tap cable that powers that whole thing. But having the D-tap port on the side with the flat side of the D-tap port, the negative at the bottom, it's just so nice. Okay, one more thing. This is a couple days later. Thankfully, I'm still wearing the same black t-shirt. This is my camera rig all together. K&F Concept battery on here, right? I use this SmallRig, I don't even know what it's called, but I absolutely love it. It's basically a V-mount plate where you can lock a V-mount battery on the back, it connects to the bottom. I'll put the link in the description for it, but it's made by SmallRig. So I've never understood this because if you take the SmallRig battery and the SmallRig V-mount plate and you click it onto here, it's a pretty solid connection, right? Everything is good, like good solid connection, that's how it is. But let me show you something. I hold my camera sometimes on a day like this. I'll rest it on my hip, right? And you see what just happened there? This SmallRig battery on this SmallRig plate does not lock in. Yeah, sure, it's locked there, but if you take enough force, it'll pop right off every single time. And I only know that because I'm not forcefully trying to whack my battery around, but when this camera rig gets heavy and when I'm tired during the day, I will rest it on my knee like this. And if you let the full weight of that camera sit, it will eventually pop right off. And I don't get it because this is a SmallRig battery and a SmallRig plate. However, K&F Concept battery on the SmallRig plate clicks in, right? When you rest it, that thing don't pop off. It don't come off. So I don't know what kind of tomfoolery we got going on with the K&F Concept battery and the SmallRig battery because they should be the same locking mechanism. But these SmallRig batteries on these SmallRig plates, they work. Don't get me wrong. They work well. But they do come off every now and then. So I don't understand why. Somebody explain that. So along with all the other props, it's just one more prop to the K&F Concept battery. Another cool thing about these, since it's a V99, I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason they're not, I guess, 100-watt batteries and the reason why everybody makes 99-watt-hour batteries is because under 100 watt-hours, at least in the United States, you can carry this thing onto an airplane just fine. So this is like the limit for wattage size for airplane flight travel. It's approved. TSA approved. Good job. But overall, these things are pretty darn similar. This is the SmallRig on my right. This is the K&F on my left. And the K&F is maybe a couple millimeters taller and maybe a millimeter or two wider. Just a tiny bit. And they both weigh about the same. It's essentially the same product. The best thing about this that I can see is number one, your D-tap port is nice, good direction, makes your cable management easy. Yes, your 100-watt power in and out just makes that so much better for charging, so much better for power delivery, so much better for charging random devices like laptops or iPads. Or side note, I love that because most of the time when I'm traveling in an airport or something and I have my camera bag with me, if I don't need to go find a power outlet, I can just plug my laptop right into one of these V-mount batteries that's in my bag. Fantastic option. But overall, the biggest thing and the biggest benefit that I have with these K&F Concept V-mount batteries is the price. The price is just like insane because compared to the SmallRig V99 Pro at $249, this K&F Concept version comes in at like $105. Kind of a no-brainer, honestly. Even if you go to K&F's current site, they are on sale right now for $118.99. If you go to Amazon, they are currently on sale for $125.99 with a $20 coupon. So you can get this thing for $105. Absolutely crazily insane. Now, if we're gonna talk negatives, the one thing I don't like about the SmallRig, which it's whatever, I guess, but like I don't love this glossy display on here. I mean, you could see it shining in the light. I'm just so afraid that that's gonna scratch or there's gonna be a crack or something. Like, it's not very durable looking because it's just like, why is that a glossy, I guess it's plastic, looks glass. Why is that even there? These batteries need to be rugged. They need to be on the back of my camera. They need to be thrown in and out everywhere. That don't need to be that pretty. Why is it that pretty? And K&F Concept kind of took the same exact thing and said, screw it, like we'll make it prettier. And so I'm afraid I don't even want to take the little protector off of it that came with it, but I guess I have to for the video. Fine. I shouldn't have done that. K&F Concept came back and said, hey, bet, if SmallRig's is glossy, we're gonna make ours the full gloss. Why is this glossy? Why is this that pretty? Because that's gonna be on the back of my camera. I mean, it does look good, but like, it shouldn't look that good. It doesn't need to. So there you have it. These are my new, basically everyday camera batteries for my camera. You can fly with them on an airplane. It's 100 watt in and out on your USB, which is just crazy. It's light, it's the same size, and it is dirt cheap. Well, at least as far as batteries go. So big shout out to K&F. Now we've got 2 of these. I paid for one, they sent me one. I was planning on making a video even before they sent it, but now that I have 2, praise the Lord, hallelujah, because I love them. Yeah, link in description below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Oh wait, no, there is one more thing.